2090, in the shadow of the future, the sun hung like a pale ring behind a massive layer of gray clouds. In the year 2090, the surface of the Earth had become a graveyard, carrying humanity's past mistakes. The great cities stretched their skyscrapers into the sky, but the interiors of these towering structures were reserved for the wealthy elite. The rest of the population had been squeezed into underground tunnels and crumbling neighborhoods. The atmosphere had deteriorated so severely that staying outside for more than 5 minutes without an oxygen mask was almost impossible. Lina, 28, was a data scavenger. She made a living by collecting old technology and fragments of information from abandoned layers of the cities. These data fragments were worth gold on the information market controlled by powerful corporations. People no longer used physical money, they traded data instead, and the value of a person was measured by how much data they held. That day, Lina's target was the remnants of an old city library. Abandoned in the mid-21st century, the library held far more than ordinary books. Most of its walls, digital panels no longer functioned, and old holographic book scanners were rusting. But Lina knew that even in these ruins, rare data cores could still be found. As she stepped into the subway tunnel, the smell of dampness and decay surrounded her, a familiar scent that had marked her life for years. These places were dangerous. Data thieves or AI guardians lurked in corners, programmed to eliminate intruders. As Lina advanced under the faint light of her neon lamp, she reviewed her plan: retrieve the data core, ascend to the upper levels, and sell it to secure a few weeks of a comfortable life. However, deep in the tunnel, something stopped her. A digital screen flickered on its own. On it, a single message appeared: "We've been expecting you." Lina's heart raced. Who or what knew about her in advance? She had always been cautious, but she hadn't anticipated such a personal message. Next to the message, a data port was active, glowing as if it were a trap. Her instincts screamed to stay away, but curiosity got the better of her. She connected the data port. Suddenly, the world around her shifted. The metal walls of the tunnel lit up digitally. Holograms rose, and Lina found herself inside a simulation. Hundreds of faces, thousands of eyes, were staring at her. A voice echoed, "We need your skills. The information that can change the world is here. But first, you must pass a test." The test was not only mental but also physical. Lina found herself in the streets of an old city. These streets mirrored the ruins of the real world, yet were denser and fraught with danger. With every step, she confronted symbols of humanity's past mistakes and technological errors. A wall collapsed. Factories lay in ruins, and giant billboards broadcasted humanity's greed. As she advanced, she encountered a group of code hunters. These were human-robot hybrids fighting for data. Lina used her wits and agility to evade attacks. Strength alone wasn't enough. Intelligence and intuition were the keys to survival. Each successful maneuver gave her a growing sense of confidence. Hours later, Lina finally reached the center of the simulation. There lay a massive data core containing the entire history of the old world and humanity's mistakes. But taking it wouldn't be easy. The core was guarded by a colossal AI. "I am the memory of the world," it said. "You are here to understand humanity's past and shape its future. But remember, knowledge itself is not power. How you use it is." Lina took a deep breath. The information that could change the world was now in her hands, but possessing it was only the beginning. When she connected the core, the simulation slowly dissolved, and she found herself back in the subway tunnel. She was no longer the same Lina. Her mind and heart were filled with new purpose. That night, Lina walked through the dark streets of the city, watching the faint sun in the sky. Humanity was still repeating its mistakes, but perhaps there was hope. She had the knowledge. Used wisely, it could illuminate the shadow of 2090. In the following week, Lina did not sell the data core. Instead, she connected with small resistance groups in the city. She shared the information, but with wisdom. These groups began a quiet revolution against the elite corporations controlling AI and data. Thanks to Lina's strategies and intelligence, small but significant changes began. People secured underground living spaces and learned to share clean water and oxygen. However, Lina knew the real battle was only beginning. The elites still lived in their skyscrapers, controlling the data monopoly. Yet, in the lower layers of society, a conscious movement was emerging. The year 2090 would be recorded as the year humanity glimpsed its first hope. And as Lina walked the dark streets, she whispered to herself, "Knowledge can change the world, but the heart saves humanity."